this enemy, and majority of the people ignoring this word, which is the shaitan, the devil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, يا بني آدم لا يفتننكم الشيطان كما أخرج أبويكم من الجنة. This is the call from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for son of Adam, not only for the believers. O son of Adam, Ya Bani Adam, beware of the shaitan. It will make a fitna for you, meaning bring a trials to you, meaning push you to disobey to the one who created you. Beware of this. He's the one who took your parents out from the Jannah, from the paradise. Adam and Eve, alayhim as-salatu was-salam, they was in Jannah. The shaitan, the devil, whispered to them, and he told them something was a disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not a subject, but there's a reason I point to this ayah or this story. So even in this life, the people, the countries, they have war between each other. If they don't know about their enemy, they are losing. If they don't know what they're doing, what kind of power they have, what kind of weapon they use, and how they use it, what time easy for them to attack. If they don't know, he may lose. But if he know everything about his enemy, he will be very secure. He protect himself very good. But if you don't know, if you're walking in the sidewalk and you don't know there's a hole in front of you, it's easy for you to fall to it if you don't know. But if you know, you're going to avoid, go around. This is true. The shaitan is a real enemy of son of Adam. Real enemy for son of Adam. Imagine every day you coming out, he's sitting for you outside. Not only by the door. Everywhere you go, he's sitting for you. Just to take you away from the right path. Just to push you to something wrong. All the time. And you're not seeing him. This is the problem. When you see your enemy, I think easy to deal with. Because you see in front of your eyes. But the problem, you don't see the shaitan. And he's all the time looking for you to push you to do something. Either he stop you from doing good, and if he was able to stop you from good, and then the second stop, he push you to do bad. If you're always doing good, he's looking for you to decrease it. So he's not going to come to the person, directly to disobey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Clearly tell him to disobey to Allah. No, this is not that. This is not what the way of the shaitan. This is not the way of the devil. Come to you, to decrease your goods. If he was able to do that, then look for, make mistakes. You're looking for another step. إن الشيطان عدو لكم عدو فاتخذوه عدوا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in many ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in many verses in the Quran says, Shaitan is real your enemy. And take it as an enemy, meaning beware. Because he always looking for you to be from his group. And then he always looking to make his group to the hellfire. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warning the people and telling us. Especially you don't see him. He's always around you. يراكم هو وقبيله من حيث لا ترونهم. He see you and his children, and you not able to see them. You don't see them. This is another problem. Adam and Hawa, Eve, عليه الصلاة والسلام. Our mother, she used to get pregnant and then lose a baby. Every time, either the baby is not born correct, right, complete, or miscarriage. So the shaitan, he told them, name him Abd al-Harith. And Harith, al-Harith, was the name of the shaitan before Allah kicked him out from his mercy. It was the name of the shaitan. Harith was the name of the shaitan before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kicked him out from his mercy. So the shaitan, he come to them, he said, name the child Abd al-Harith. It will stay alive for you. They said, no, we're not going to do it. And then he said, if not, I have ability. I'm going to make the baby have a horns just like a goat. So when come out, is gonna rip your stomach. Scared them. So they named the baby Abd al-Harith. They named the baby after Abd al-Harith. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, فَلَمَّا آتَاهُمَا صَالِحًا جَعَلَا لَهُ شُرَكَاءَ فِيمَا آتَاهُمَا. You may hear something strange, maybe for the first time to hear it. We're not talking about the opinion of a person. We're talking about the verse from the Quran. فَلَمَّا آتَاهُمَا صَالِحًا أي ولد كامل مكتمل. ولد كامل مكتمل. ليس كما قبله كان مشوه أو يولد ويموت. ولكن هذه المرة ولدت حواء ولدا كاملا مكتملا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's pointing in this ayah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them a child, complete child, not as before. Either born, miscarriage, the baby born and died, or not complete baby. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, when they got the baby, complete baby, صالحا جعل له شركاء. They make a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You may say, how this can happen? From Adam and Eve. Yes, they missed this rule. They not mean to make a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but because when you say Abdullah, meaning servant of Allah. When you say Abdul Karim, meaning servant of Abdul Karim. When you say Abdul Rahim, Abdul Rahman. When you say Abdul Razaq, Abdul Fattah, so meaning servant of these names, the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you name the baby Abdul Nabi, meaning servant of the Nabi, and this is not allowed. When you name the baby Abdul Rasul, is not allowed, because it's not a servant of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you name the baby Abdul Hussein, Abdul Zahra, this is not allowed, because you giving something to one of the creations, which is the right of Allah. This slavery or servant, we servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not servant of anything from the creations. So when you say servant of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so in this part you make the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you say Abdul Hussein, you make Hussein in this part compared to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is Abdul Karim, Abdul Rahman, Abdullah. And then you say Abdul Hussein, so meaning similar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why you give him this right, and which is the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. is not allowed to give it something else. So, and then the end of the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He make it for everyone haram, not only for them. The first part of the ayah, Allah said, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them a complete baby, so they make a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the name, without knowing the rule, without meaning to make a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the end of the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, تعالى الله عما يشركون. So meaning rest of the creations, rest of the people. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pure. Highest for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Highness for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Pureness for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From what the people doing. They making partner by naming the people the servant of other than Allah. Anyone have a question? Or anyone, or did you hear about this ayah before? No. So we can tell how far we are. We can tell how far we are from the Quran. And this is related to the time also, because the systems is very, very busy, making people busy. We make time for ourselves, for everything, but for the deen we are busy. You know, people, they said, you know, why you not show up? Why you not doing this? He said, I am busy. I'm working. And you see, he make time go to the gym. He make time go to sports. He make time to travel. He make time for shopping. He make time for a lot of things. But for the deen I'm busy. And this is also not only the system, also the shaitan. For the deen make it difficult. You have responsibility, you working, you taking care of your kids, you taking care of your family, you working to get your degree, and then after that you have a family, you have responsibility. So, you know, this stuff coming to the mind of the person or people is whispering from the shaitan. Make the people busy. We have to know, whatever you're doing or you're not doing, whatever is written for you is coming to you. I think I pointed to this before many times. Wallahi, if you looking or not, it's being written for you what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink. If there's a one single seed in China or under the ocean or under the ground or in the sky, if it's written for you, it's coming to you, or you're gonna go to it. So meaning, we have to, think while we're here, and what's gonna happen in the end. Because when you're walking in your mind, when you're driving in your mind, there's a destination. When you're walking in your mind, there's a destination. When you're working in your mind, there's a time, right? When you play, sports in your mind, there's a time. It's gonna end. When you go to the gym, there's a time in your mind. It's gonna end. How many times come to our minds? There's the life is gonna end. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go back to Allah. How many times? I think it's very sad because automatically, when you start with the food in your mind, there's an end of the food. The plate is gonna empty, or you're gonna finish. When you're walking, same thing. In your mind, there's the destination. You're gonna stop, and driving and working, and So the only thing, not many people thinking, while to be in the mind of the people, I'm going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What I have to take something with me to make it easy for me. I'm going to stand up in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What He gonna ask me? What I have to say? What I should have to take it with me? When you travel, for a short time, for a couple months, even sometimes less than that. When you travel, you prepare for the traveling. Maybe 1 month you're preparing to travel. Some people, they 1 month they are looking for gifts from a store to store, and they're thinking. They sit, they count the stuff, they ask the wife or ask the husband or kids, what should I get? What should I get? This is what I got. This is what I got. What we forget? What we should, and like maybe month prepare. For a short time, you going and coming back, and you're counting how much money you should have, or food, or whatever. So you prepare. If we prepare just like this short, term of traveling, if we prepare like this, we're in a good shape.
طبعا الذنب يقع على الابوين في تسميه الطفل عبد الرسول وعبد النبي، لكن ما واجب الطفل بعد ما يكبر هل يحاول يغير اسمه ولا
يغير اسمه. نعم. جزاك الله خير. For naming the baby, you said, if someone, because we have in our countries عبد النبي, عبد الرسول, عبد الحسين, عبد الزهراء, عبد الرضا. These names, it's common between the people.
Some people have Abdul Haris too. No, Haris. I heard the Haris.
No, Haris is a good name. There was a name of the shaitan before disobey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah kicked him out from his mercy. So name of, yes sir.
What does a hadith mean?
Huh?
What does a hadith mean in English?
Harith is a name, but Harith, the one who like a farmer, the one who flipped the soil for gardening. They call it Harith. So this is the meaning of Harith. But Harith is a name. So he said, if someone named his child, this is a responsibility of the parents. They named the child Abdul Nabi or Abdul Hussein. So what do you have to do when he grow up? He have to change his name. Don't accept his name, because we are a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He created us, and we only servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not allowed, even we have a hadith, not allowed to call the person my servant. Not allowed.
That's very common.
Very common.
They shorten Abdul to Abdi.
Yeah, they call Abdi. They named the child Abdi, meaning my servant. Abdi, in Arabic, if you translate the word to English, my slave. My slave. Abdi, my slave. And this name also common in Africa. Abdi. They named the child Abdi, meaning my slave. And also the Prophet ﷺ, he prohibited to call a person my servant or my slave. It's not allowed. It's a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not a human. You can't say my boy, boy, my helper, my supporter, my worker, whatever, names, you can't call. But my servant, my slave is not allowed. Is prohibited.
Is the khadim is also is not a good word then?
What's khadim?
Servant.
No, what's khadim?
Oh, I thought it was not a good worker.
No, I'm asking you, what's the khadim?
Khadim is when it's somebody work for you in the home, to taking care of you.
So khadim, meaning the one who helping the house. So khadim is different.
I mean,
The word of khadim meaning the one who helping, but servant and slave is higher.
okay.
It's different.
So it's okay to call khadim.
Yes, brother.
Does it have to be spelled a certain way, like Abdul Rahman? Does this have to be spelled a certain way, or like any?
For spelling
The
is
law as well.
Myself in the hospital when I had my kids. I used to write the name different spelling and give it to the nurses to read it to me. This is the way I spell my kids. This is the way. Different way I could spell it different ways, and then ask the the nurses to read it. So which one they read closer to the meaning, so I choose the spelling. Because Arabic and the English language is a guessing language. You have to guess how to say it.
Yeah.
No, I mean this is the way. It's funny because you have to guess how to say it. You have
A lot of people spell.
when you follow the GPS, he said Chile Avenue. When you ask the people, he said Chile. So you have to guess which one is right. You have to guess which one is right. Right? So anyway, the brother asking, how you spell it, how you spell the name. Spell the name the way people say it right. I used to love to my name my kids Abdullah and Abdurrahman. But because I see how they squeeze it and twist it, I don't want to twist that, pronounce it wrong and say it wrong. So that's why I choose, Malik and Anas. So
Anas, your neck is today. You can't.
Abdul is not a name. No, Abdul is not a name. Abdul, there's something missing. You have to finish. The sentence is not complete in Arabic.
Abdullah, Abdurrahman.
Like Saiful. Saiful is not a name.
Yeah.
It's Saiful Islam, Saiful Arab, Saiful Deen. There has to be complete. Saiful. Okay, what's the last part?
Along.
Because you say, sore of, and then stop, or this guy. You have to name. Yeah, no. I mean, this is them. This is
So do you think someone should change their name if their name's Abdul?
No, I mean it's not something bad, but Abdul, Abdul meaning servant of. That's it. This is the meaning of Abdul. Servant of. What's the servant of what? Servant of.
Abdullah.
So Abdullah, Abdul Karim, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rahim, Abdul Fatah. So when you say servant of,
Abdul Wahab.
you call the person servant of or slave of?
Nobody.
What is this?
No.
That's not a complete sentence. Okay? So we have Allah's name. How many names we have for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
99?
We don't know.
More.
We don't know.
More than 99?
Yeah.
Say
we only
99 that we know of.
Yeah.
Okay, we know 99, meaning not us, meaning Islamically, there's a 99. But I don't know if we know, all of us, we know 99 names. Can we ask? Hello, تفضل.
يعني الاسماء المشهوره 99 اسم لكن في الدعاء الذي قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم اني عبدك ابن عبدك ابن امتك وعظم فيها حكمك وعدل فيها قضاءك نسالك اللهم بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك او علمته احد من خلقك او استاثرت به في علم الغيب عندك.
This is the proof. This is the hadith, clear proof that there's more than 99 names for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The only what he sent 99 names to the dunya, in the books, what he sent to the prophets and messengers. But there's more names. Yes, this is hadith. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, and I ask you by your names. The names you send it down, the names you teach someone, or the names you kept it unseen by yourself. So meaning there's more. But we know, what we know is 99. Is 81 name in the Quran. 81. And 18 in the Hadith. We have 81 name in the Quran. And 18 in the Hadith. How many become 99?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we know, and this is what we have. And then we have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said in the Quran, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا وَعَلَيْكُمْ السَّلَامُ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا وَذَرُوا الَّذِينَ يُلْحِدُونَ فِي أَسْمَائِهِ سَيُجْزَوْنَ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the Quran. وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. Meaning there's a names, beautiful, complete names for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask Allah by these names. How? Like you say, Ya Rahim, irhamni. Oh merciful, have mercy on me. Ya Razzaq, irzuqni. Oh the one who provides, provide me. Ya Kareem, akrimni. Oh generous, make me generous. Give me. So this is the way you ask. You ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with these names. Complete names and beautiful. Like people, we have people named Kareem, right? Meaning generous. We have people named Ali. What's the meaning of Ali? Meaning high. Ali. Meaning high. But the highness of this person, of Ali, is complete? No. So the highness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is complete? Yes. We have Al-Qawi. Al-Qawi meaning strong. We have Abdul Qawi. Abdul Qadir. Abdul Qadir. So Abdul Qadir, Qadir meaning the one, the power, have a power. Strong. But this person with his name is power, his power is complete? No. But what about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? He's Al-Qadir, complete. He's Al-Rahim, complete. He's Al-Kareem, complete. 100% complete. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, ask Allah by His beautiful and complete names. فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. And then he said, وَذَرُوا الَّذِينَ يُلْحِدُونَ فِي أَسْمَائِهِ. Leave off the people who making a partner with the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, beside the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Leave them off. سَيُجْزَوْنَ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. They will get their rewards on the day of judgment. They are getting their punishment on the day of judgment. Leave them off. Don't be amongst them. Use Allah's name. So, the hadith, Brother Ibrahim, he mentioned, and very common hadith. You hear from the A'imma for Taraweeh, all the Imams, they do this dua. Allahumma inni abduka wa ibnu abdika wa ibnu amatika nasiyati biyadik madin fiha hukmuk adlun fiha qada'uk as'aluka Allahumma bi kulli ismin huwa lak. I ask you by every name you have. The first part, he said, I ask you by every name, بِكُلِّ اسْمٍ هُوَ لَكَ. I ask you by every name is belong to you and your name. سَمَّيْتَ بِهِ نَفْسَكَ. You named yourself. You named yourself. I ask you by the names. You named yourself. سَمَّيْتَ بِهِ نَفْسَكَ. أو أنزلته في كتابك, or you send it in the Quran, أو علمته أحد من خلقك, or you teach people from your creations, as the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك, or I ask you by the names you kept it with you, we don't know about it. So it's very common. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He asked us to ask Allah by using His names. And then He said, leave the people alone, they're making partner. يُلْحِدُونَ فِي أَسْمَائِهِ. They make a partner with the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't wanna make it, even myself, I'm not feeling good today. So I don't wanna make it too long for myself and for you too. How long are we talking, Azar?
At least 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to mention one hadith and then, so make it easier. We have as-salam. As-salam is something legislated in Islam. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Afshu salam." Spread the salam, meaning peace between the people. Spread the salam. And then we mentioned this this hadith before, but what I want to point to, some people, time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they used to say as-salamu. How do we say as-salamu alayka ayyuha an-nabi wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh? They used to say as-salamu ala Allah. Salam to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then, so this is what I want to put. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, لا تقولوا السلام على الله فإن الله هو السلام. Don't say salam على Allah. Don't say salam to Allah, because as-salam huwa Allah. Allah is as-salam. Allah is as-salam. I think it's not common in this time, but we have the hadith, so I just wanted to point to it. We're going to leave some time for questions. Alhamdulillah, we have time. If there's any questions, we can help each other, inshallah. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. يا حبيبي.
Suggestion.